Hi there, this is Greta, and today I'm going to show you how to string cranes for the Victor Farmington Library 1000 Cranes project. We would like you to ideally string them in strands of 10. So I have pre-measured the cord that went out in the packets, and what we're going to do is thread the needle. Now, some of the needles that I got were from, ironically enough, from Michael's, and they're not very sharp. So if you happen to have one that's frustrating and not very sharp, use one that you have at home. But what I'm doing here, as compared to when I sew, is I am tying a knot at the end of the needle because it makes it easier to ensure that you're not going to pull your cord through. The needle will neatly stay on there, and for the cranes, that's a perfect way to do it. Now I'm going to go to the other end and take one of the beads that was in your packet and just poke it through, hopefully, so that you can sew the bead on as well. Give it a little knot, tie it twice to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. I know you probably can't see this very well. There's one. And there, oops, there is two. I'm gonna try that again. Okay, so now we have a great starting spot. Take your first crane and pull it apart just a little gently. You'll see on the bottom there's a hole right in the middle. If you put your needle in there and poke it up through, it should come up right through or near that peak. And I'm gonna try not to. These first couple, you have to be a little careful as far as not getting them knotted. And that one can go right down to the bead. Now, for the next one, what we're gonna do is the same thing. We're gonna find the hole, come up through the middle, like so. And what you want to do is come about a 1/4 inch down from the top and go through the top of your crane, like so. And then make sure that you loop it through the string. Well, I guess I should have pulled it farther. There we go. And loop it. So what we want to do here is to keep it consistent. You want to have your wings folded down just about to the top of your original crane, or the crane that's in line before this one. And I'll show you a little bit more succinctly how to do that top, because that was even a little confusing for me. Okay, so poke it through the hole in the bottom, up through the top. Whoops, doesn't have to be right in the center, but as close as you can get is good. Pull it through. This is the correct way to do it. Take your wings down to the top of the previous crane and hold it in place. Then put your needle in about a 1/4 inch below the peak and loop it through the rest of the string so that it catches and holds the crane right in place. I hope that makes sense. If not, ask me. That's what it looks like. So I have 3. I'm going to continue on doing the others, because what I'd like to show you is at the end how to finish it off so that we can easily hang them here at the library. Measure it with the wings, poke a hole about a 1/4 inch down. Again, some of your needles might be frustrating because they're not very sharp. Hopefully you have something, either be patient and get them to go through the paper, or choose a different needle. Okay, there's another one. This actually goes much faster than folding the cranes, as you can see, once you get going. 1/4 inch down, poke it through. Find that hole again, poke it through. Quarter inch down, catch it through the loop of thread. Try not to get tangled, which I've done a fair amount of times. Go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully you're doing something else than just watching through this part of it. If I had better camera skills, I'd know how to edit and splice, but for now we're just going to go all the way with the 10 cranes. Number 9. And number 10. Okay, so now we have our strand of 10. If you have a scissor close by, you can cut the needle right off now and take the strand and double it so that it's easy to work with. It should be relatively long, 3 to 5 inches, maybe longer, maybe shorter. And I'm gonna start that again. You have your loop and you want to tie it so that there's a good size loop at the top, like so. And then with your safety pin, which is under my cranes, just put it on the safety pin. When you bring them back to the library, if you could put them in a bag and pin the top of the bag so that it's a little bit easier to pull them out without too much tangling, that would be terrific. And then we can hang them from there. I think that's it. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing your cranes and watching our 1,000 cranes grow here at the library. You'll have to come in to see the display. Thanks again.